The book of Titus, chapter 2, we find in the first few verses these words, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded." So we find in these verses here the advice given that the younger people should receive advice from people who know more. Now we find this as a problem in our time. People my age and younger, and even a little bit older than me, don't want to receive advice from their superiors in age and their superiors in wisdom. But however, we find the model given to us here in the Word of God, that the older people and the more wiser, the more learned and experienced people should be teaching the younger people. So we find this pattern is not played out as much as it should be here in our modern times. First off, I will begin with my generation. My type of people do not want to listen to what the older people has to say necessarily. We find that as a problem. We want to do things our own way. That has been an issue for the past generation or two. That this generation was wanting to rebel against standards and do things our own way, and would not be quite so open to listening to advice from ones who know more than us. Now, looking on the other side of it too, we have an issue where the older people seem to want to condemn us younger people and to criticize and not to give us advice. We should all strive to meet in the middle. Neither one of us are free from being at fault here. Obviously, from this passage, the younger people should be prone to listen and to learn. The older people should be prone to teach, the more experienced people. They should be prone to teach and to exhort us younger people. We find society has it wrong. It's not as if old people have no sense. It's not as if those people who've been through years and years of hard life have got no knowledge of how it should be for us younger people here in our modern times. The older people would do well to share their wisdom in a kind-hearted way with us younger people, and us younger people would do well to listen. That is the model given to us here in the Word of God. We need to get back to that. Now, it's not going to do good for us younger people to cast the older people off as saying they don't understand because this is a new time. And it's not going to do the older people us younger people or the older people any good to try to ostracize us younger people out of their teaching because us younger people are rebellious and don't care. Neither one should be criticizing the other. We should both be doing our Bible part, listening and teaching, just like the Word of God says we should be doing.